Welcome back friends. இப்போ நம்ம ரியல் அனாலிசிஸ்ல sequences and series based பண்ண problems CSIR-NET problems போட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம். We have been solving problems based on real analysis. In that we solve problems based on sequences and series. And this question is a question asked in June 2018. The question goes like this. The difference log 2 minus summation over n is equal to 1 to 100 1 by 2 to the power n times n is less than 0. Option A less than 0, option B greater than 1, option C less than 1 by 2 to the power 100 times 101, option D greater than 1 over 2 to the power 100 times 101. So when you look at the problem, we are given that the difference log 2 minus we are given a finite sum here, and we are given log 2. So this is the clue here. Log 2 is the clue. What we have to do is you have to view this finite sum in terms of log 2. That you can find from any of the standard books. That we know that log 2, the expansion of log 2 is summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 power n minus 1 over n, or summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 by 2 to the power n times n. We have given only two infinite series expansion, but there are many infinite series expansions are available for log 2. So depending upon the problem, we choose which series representation of log 2 to be taken. So by looking at the problem, we see that this finite sum involves 2 to the power n times n. So we consider this representation of what? Log 2. This infinite series representation of log 2. So you consider this infinite series representation. Now we will try to find out the difference of this term. Okay. So we take this term to be left hand side, which is log 2 minus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 over 2 power n times n. This is the question, and we know that log 2 is this, right? Log 2 is this. So we write the sum as log 2 as what? Summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 over 2 power n times n minus summation over n is equal to 1 to 100 1 over 2 power n times n. So what will happen? What you will get when you subtract this from this? What you will get is starting, see, up to 100 terms get cancelled. So the summation starts from the 101st term. 101st term to infinity 1 over 2 to the power n times n. Okay, and that is equal to what do we do here is you substitute n is equal to 101 and expand the series. So expand the summation. So 1 over 2 to the power 101 times 101 plus 1 over 2 to the power 102 times 102 and so on. Now what do we do is this is clearly we see that this is this can be made as a geometric series. So what do we do here is you replace it, the powers of 2 to the power 101, every term to be replaced by what? In every term you replace 2 to the power 101. So obviously that will be less than, this is less than 1 over 2 to the power 101 times 101, and you simply replace 2 to the power 102 by 2 to the power 102, and this you replace this 102 by 101, and in the next term what do we do is 2 to the power 103 times 101. So this is what we do. So replacing 101, 102 and so on, all the terms by 101. So what do we do? What do we have here is left hand side is less than or strictly less than. You can take this term common in 1 over 2 to the power 101 times 101 can be taken out. So when you take it out, what you will get is, you will get 1 here, you will get 1 over 2, and that will be 1 over 2 square and so on. But this is an infinite geometric series. And we know that infinite geometric series, sum to infinity of a geometric series, a plus r, a plus r square and so on up to infinity is a over 1 minus r, where r, mod r is strictly less than 1. Okay, so in that case what do we do is a is 1 here, r is 1 by 2, so 1 over 1 minus 1 by 2 which is half, and that is getting cancelled here. So what do we do? What do we get is ultimately 1 over 2 to the power 100 times 101. So left hand side is strictly less than this. Left hand side is strictly less than this. This is less than. So this option corresponds to left hand side is strict. The difference is strictly less than 1 over 2 to the power 100 times 101. So that corresponds to the option C. So option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. So the idea here is this log 2 gives us the clue. Log 2 has several series representation. The right hand term, the second term in the difference makes us to consider the infinite series this infinite series representation. That is the clue. And in one of our in the subsequent videos we will see the different expansions of what? Log 2. We will be putting a video on log 2 and whose different infinite series representations of log 2. Okay.